Welcome to the number 2 show studios. This show is packed with a special guest. Taco Bell has surrendered to our AI overlords, and Target wants to take back our denim. Maybe when you pry it from my cold, dead fingers. All that and more today on the number 2 show. All right, baby. Hello, 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 all of you doo-doo monkeys. Welcome to the number 2 show, whatever we're calling ourselves. The dingleberries, the stall tactics. We'll figure it out. I haven't settled on one yet. I may never settle on one, but I'm excited for you to be here. We have a jam-packed show for you today. Hop in the chat. Chat it up with us. Call 818-532-1420. A little later in the program, we're going to do a segment called Tank Talks, where I will take live calls and play messages. We started a hotline this week, which I'm excited about. Anytime you call the number 2 show number now, 818-532-1420, whether we're on the air or not, you can leave me a detailed message seeking my advice or maybe a topic you'd like to see discussed. And if we use it live on the air, you're part of the show. And it's nice because I can cultivate and go in, listen to your messages, and give them a little thought ahead of time sometimes. Or sometimes I'll just have Zane surprise me if it's funny. But I will tell you that we've already had some really good ones, and I appreciate you guys calling in. And you can leave me a message anytime you want. But that being said, I want to get this show started. I am excited to bring. We have a very special guest today. In lieu of Scott Rizzuto being gone in Mexico, drinking margaritas and putting his little hairy Italian toes in the sand, we have a segment that today will be called 15 Minutes with Tina. Hello, that's right. Hi, Tina.
Hey, Rafe. What up, y'all? What up, pooper scoopers?
Yeah, the pooper scoopers are here. The shit shovelers are here, and they are ready to party. Thank you for joining me, my sweetness here. My lady love, my better half, my betrothed, has taken the place of Scott Rizzuto as my 15-minute sidekick starting right now. And in 15 minutes, just like when Riz is ready to go, she will leave midstream, mid-conversation. No doubt about it. No questions asked. So let's get started. I only got 15 minutes with her. TT, how you feeling?
I feel good. Even though I woke up at 4:30 today, I still feel very good. So,
okay. How did it feel getting up that early for you?
Not right. You know?
Yeah, nothing's right with the world when you get up that early?
Yeah, it's like, but I feel like I've kind of gotten used to it with you now, waking up this early, to where when I get up at 4:30, I don't feel like I'm in a drug-fueled haze, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Well, you know, like when you hear the birds chirping at that time, it can be like a triggering sound.
Yeah, it can freak you out. Takes you back to your drugging days, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's
anytime I'm awake when the birds start chirping, I get that old, residual feeling like I'm like, I've done too much cocaine and now I can't sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm really regretting a lot of things in my life. So I understand exactly what you mean by that, as I'm sure a lot of other people do out there in recovery or not in recovery. There might be somebody awake right now on the end of a coke-fueled bender that's watching this show that's like, ugh. This is terrible, and I feel like they're talking directly to me, and they're freaking out right now. We're not talking directly to you. We've just been there, and we know exactly how you feel. That's all.
Yep. That's it, brother. We're just, we've all been there, okay? If you haven't partied too late to when the sun comes up, well, guess what? You're a weenie.
Yeah,
okay?
You're a little wiener.
Better start raging.
All right. Well,
but yeah, I feel good. Thanks for having me here, Boo. It was fun doing the radio with you guys today, doing the Rizzuto show. And
yeah, for those of you that don't know, our companion show, the Rizzuto Show, is a 4-hour talk radio show we do every morning right before we do this show. And Tina filled in today. We're out 2 members. We lost Scott Rizzuto and Learn Elwell. We're both out today. And Clownvis and my lady love, Tina, filled in and picked up the slack. So thank you for that, my dear.
Yeah, well.
She's not the best color man in the league for nothing, folks. She adds a lot to the spectrum. Right now, I want to pull something up because I want to talk about it. We touched on it earlier, but I do want to see how you feel about. So can we share my screen and let's watch this together? I know the Olympic pole vaulter that's been in the news. Do I need to turn the sound on my computer to get sound on this? should be ready to go. Let's find out if we have technical difficulties. This is a France pole vaulter. Let's share my screen and so the public can see.
Yeah, let's see Big Dong Johnson.
Whoa.
What happened here, Coach Judy?
The bounce.
All the way down.
I'm going to rewind that for silence purposes. Let's watch it one more time. I want you to hear what he asked the announcer.
What happened here, Coach Judy? All the way down.
What happened here, Coach Judy? It seems like the guy asking the question's better equipped to answer the question of what happened here. The guy's massive hog got in the way.
Yeah, there's no like question. I love that he's like, okay, so what happened here?
Yeah.
It's obvious. Big Dong Johnson slipped right in
Yeah.
and took his own little turn on the bars.
What an embarrassing yet amazing moment for this guy. Do you know what I mean?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, he did let his country down, in a way. But now he's got this incredible thing that everybody's going to be like, and what's his name? Alexander? Was that his name? I think it was
Don't know.
Okay, I don't know. I couldn't tell.
Didn't look it up.
That's okay.
Something French.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that it was just an interesting thing because there's part of me that's like, while he didn't win a medal, I'll agree to that. He didn't win a medal. He did kind of win something better than gold. And that is a global reputation as a guy with a giant cock. You know what I mean? Like, you give me the option. And you're like, hey, you can win a gold medal. Or you can forever be known as a guy who lost a gold medal because his dick was just too damn big.
Yeah, you want to be known as the latter.
I think I'm taking that, right? If you were a dude, what would you rather have?
Oh, without a doubt, Big Dong Johnson.
You're really trying to get that to catch on.
Well, I just can't I'm trying to not be like saying it like all gross and be like, yeah, this guy's big cock hit the bars. I'm trying to be a little more.
Well, there's probably a happy medium in there somewhere, I would imagine, between Big Dong Johnson and big, massive, sweaty meat cock I want to suck hit the bar. Now, calm down, lady. We get it.
Okay, yeah. The man's penis hit the bar.
The man's peni.
But yeah, you definitely want to be known as the person that their dinger hit the bar. And this guy is going to be a line in rap songs.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, this guy is going to take over.
Yeah,
That's really all I got.
You're right, dude. He probably will be like in the next Jay-Z song or something.
For sure. That's going to be such a sick-ass bar. I don't know what it'll be like.
Literally,
yeah,
it
exactly.
will be hit the bar. It's going to be a sick-ass bar. The bar he knocked down is the sick-ass bar.
Yeah.
Flying on jets, I'm driving the best cars. I'm dropping my rhymes like the dick that hit the bar in the Olympics.
Oh man, Rafe is such a good freestyler.
Oh yeah, that was an amazing. Yeah, please.
No. I wasn't gonna say that one, was it? But really, like, Rafe loves singing songs, making up songs, and he's just good at it. I wish I had that. Like, I have the kind of freestyle level, I think, where I'm like not afraid to look like an idiot in some ways, but maybe I should kind of curtail those back a little and bring up my freestyle game, because I want to be like you in that regard. It's very cool.
Well, that's very sweet of you. Thank you, my dear.
No problem,
Maybe
dude.
my next rap will be a love rap about you.
That'd be cool. Make sure to talk about Big Dong Johnson in there too.
Don't worry, it's been written down. Someone in here. I'm going to go to the chat a little bit because there's some people asking questions in the chat.
Okay.
Someone says, Rafe, while Tina's there, ask her if she's really into couples swap, because we get that a lot. We get a lot of messages sometimes, both being in the biz and, we're comedians. We joke around about it a lot. We talked about it last episode via chat, but well, I guess that's it. I'm asking you what's your take on that?
What's my take on it, if we're serious?
Really into couples swap. That's what Daniel wants to know. Is this your ex-boyfriend, Daniel? Because that would be Very funny if it was your ex-boyfriend hopping on the chat trying to dunk back in.
Well, and he's married, so if he's in here,
Is his wife hot?
and she is hot. We were all in
That's a
rehab
win.
together.
Yeah, that'd be a win for me because you've already taken that dick.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
have.
introducing a new dick to you.
No, I already know.
I would get new punani out of it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
And I mean, I think it could be fun for you. Now, I don't know if I really want to.
Look at you trying to lobby for your ex-boyfriend's dick. This is interesting. Go ahead.
No.
I want to hear your pitch.
I was just about to say, I'm like, I don't know if I really want a couple swap with like a high school.
An ex?
Yeah, an ex and a high school. Like, I'd rather do something. I think we need to think big here. We need to think global, baby.
Global swap.
Global swap. Global wife swap.
So you wouldn't want to do it with an ex. You want a new couple.
Yeah, I mean, I want a new couple. And
we would definitely Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift couple swap. That's done. That's a done deal, right?
We don't even have to. Of course, we're all in. And it would be so fun. We all have the right energy. Plus, I have a Kansas City Chiefs tattoo on my ass. You know Travis Kelce want a nut on
He would
that.
love that. Yeah, well, that's very graphic. But yes, he would. I would imagine I would be probably a little intimidated. He's a very big guy. He probably has a big schwanz. I might instantly regret it, but, that's the risk you take. You got to be secure enough to understand that we're all built different,
We are all built different. And the thing that I really think that you and I need to remember, Rafe, is that we both have incredible personalities.
Yes.
We have
Goes a long way in the bedroom.
just such good personalities. I mean,
You're not wrong.
people would want to be in bed with us because we're very, listen, I do need to say something, Rafe, because yesterday I read on YouTube, I was looking at a clip that I shared of you and I. This is actually from the Olympics. We were lobbying for pussy eating to be a sport in the Olympics.
Yes.
And I can say, well, I already said.
You can say whatever you want on this program.
Yeah, and I already said everything terrible.
The FCC ain't got nothing on me.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. We circumventing, okay? Fuck these gatekeepers. We don't need none of y'all. We just need this little glory hole here.
All right. Stay on. Give me a finger through the glory hole and then stay on track. What were you saying?
So there was a comment on the clip of you and I lobbying for pussy eating in the Olympics. A comment from someone being like, ha, wow, that's hilarious that they think that man can even do his lady right or something like that.
Oh, I saw a hater in there. I saw a guy being like, imagine thinking this is funny.
And I commented,
and his picture
imagine
was him dry humping a Great Dane, and I'm like, yeah, well, it sounds like you're the freak, bro. And then another person was like, probably can't even please. He thinks he could please a woman. And then I went on her profile. Guess what? No dudes, just her. And I go, no wonder you're alone.
Oh, I got a good little side note on both of them. I told that guy, he goes, imagine thinking this is funny. I said, imagine eating my ass.
Got him.
Got him.
Yeah, I didn't see any of your comments.
And then to the person that said that you can't please anybody, which listen, I get why women are saying that. I literally had never actually come until until Rafe and I got together, okay?
Oh, I wish we had a sound effect for that.
Yeah, you heard it here, brother.
Yeah.
And I know that there are women that this is a common thing. Like guys can't take care of women. Guys don't care about women. They don't want to make them come, blah, blah, blah. And listen, I will say that has been true. All of the, that's been true up to this point for me. For that's it. People don't care, and that's fine. But I'll say something right here, guys. Rafe Williams, true, generous lover.
Oh, yeah.
I am coming 95% of the time.
Oh,
we're
95?
banging. You know what? I'll take it up to 98.
Okay, that's good.
I'll take it up to 90. Rafe, do you have any idea how good a 95% average is?
Good average?
Sound off in the comments, ladies.
Ladies, let me know. Is 95 a good score? Is that a good aggregate score for the amount of times to get you across the finish line per attempt? And there's been a lot of attempts.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're at, but
What do you think
we've been together almost a decade. I'd say we're up to a dozen. Maybe a baker's dozen, 13. I don't know. I'm just saying, people.
I definitely thought you were going to say 1,000. Like I was sitting, because I can't see you totally and I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, he's definitely going to go for 1,000, you know, and I don't know, that seems like the correct
I bet
number.
we boned 1,000 times.
I think we have for sure.
All in.
All in for sure. Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I am lucky because there's a lot
That's a lot
of
of career hits.
batting average is truly incredible. Hall of Fame
Well, I
level.
appreciate that. I appreciate you.
And I'm not just gassing this guy up because I have to, y'all. I'm really not.
No, you don't. You can be honest. I appreciate it. I take pride in that.
Now tell me something good about me.
All right. You are hilarious.
I'm working on my skills.
You are. You have been actively. It's nice to hear from your partner that you randomly told me the other day, like, hey, 2024, I'm really focusing on getting better at HJs and BJs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that came out of the blue. That's something that you took the initiative on. And I'm like, hey, that's the kind of team spirit you really want to have in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
If your person's coming to you and the thing they're trying to work on doesn't benefit them at all,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. That's a giver. That's true love, I think, hon. When you come out of the woodwork, and I don't remember what you were doing. I think you were halfway. Honestly, I think you were like housing a giant plate of lasagna, and you just like came out. Your ADD took over, and like halfway through a giant bite of lasagna, you're like, hey, by the way, I want you to know, 2024 focus for me, getting markedly better at hand jobs and blow jobs. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that is something that's a platform in an election year I can rally behind. You've got my vote.
Yeah. You've got my attention, okay?
And I appreciate that.
No problem. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm really trying to get better at that. I launched my YouTube page last week also, and now I'm
Okay. It's not that, just in case. Wait, I want people to know it's not a YouTube page of how to give blowjobs and hand jobs. So don't be severely disappointed when you're on there.
Yeah, I should have definitely been clear about that. It is not that. I was more just trying to say, like, hey, ladies, we're getting goals in 2024 and we sticking to them, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Write down your goals. Have some of them be hand job related. That is something that I would recommend to anyone, men and women. So, well, that was beautiful. And I appreciate that. We got some more questions in the chat. Oh, well, never mind. I just lost Tina. She's gone. And that concludes a segment called 15 Minutes with Tina. I had a great time. We had I wish I had more time. We were just getting into some good stuff. But that's the way 15 Minutes with Tina /Riz goes. So, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back with a segment that I like to call the Annals of History, right after this break. And we are back. It's a shame that we had to lose Tina there in the 15-minute with Tina section. I was really enjoying chopping it up with my betrothed, and, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, folks. It's the way the show's set up. It's segmented, and maybe I'll have her back for another time. We'll see. And let's see. Let's get into the next segment I like to call. Oh, looks like Tina's back.
Well, I was gonna leave, and then I realized that we rode here together, so.
Yes, I am your ride. I was kind of wondering that when you got up, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to let her walk off because that's the deal. That's what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm back, guys. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Might as
we'll
well.
get into some. I'll hold some of these chat questions for later because right now I got to get into something, and this is important.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord, this is a segment I like to call the Annals of History.
From the Annals of History.
Again, I'm pretty sure he mispronounced that in the VO, but we're leaving it. The Annals of History. And from the Annals of History, something very near and dear to my heart. I don't know, there's a story out right now. Don't know if you read it, my dear, but Taco Bell has caved to the AI overlords. And Taco Bell is installing AI at over 100 locations with plans to expand. Now, how do you feel about that, Tina?
We're talking these are going to be employees.
I'm going to give you the long and short of it, and then I'm going to show you something that's going
Okay.
to blow your mind and our audience's mind. Yum Brands, which is the owner of Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut. Yum Brands plans to use artificial intelligence, AI, to take drive-thru orders in hundreds of Taco Bell locations by the end of the year with global expansion in mind. Global, all right? They aim to improve service speed, reduce labor costs, and increase sales through voice AI, ensuring positive experiences for employees and customers. Oh, is that right? They're rapidly expanding the pilot program, now using AI in over 100 Taco Bell locations just in the U.S. That's out of 7,700. So it's a small chunk right now. They say the technology has enhanced order accuracy, reduced wait times, lowered employee workload, and increased profits. And Yum Brands Chief Innovation Officer Lawrence Kim expressed confidence in the technology after 2 years of testing. Now, that all sounds great on paper, doesn't it?
Kinda.
Okay. Well, but what does it lead to? It's like Jurassic Park. He asked a question just because science was so busy asking the questions if we can. No one stopped to ask the question if we should. And that's why this segment is in the annals of history, because somebody sitting right here in this stall already asked the question if we should over a year ago, in June 2023, on the Rizzuto Show. I actually addressed this topic with Taco Bell specifically in mind, and I believe we have that clip.
Goodbye, Taco Tuesday. We had to say goodbye to Taco Tuesday because Taco John's couldn't afford to fight the juggernaut of Taco Bell. And as I was writing the in memoriam for Taco Tuesday, I was actually in my garage listening to ham radio. And this is crazy, but I picked up 2 transmissions from the future, and I'd like to play them for you now. Mr. Rizzuto?
Wow.
Skynet has gone live, and the war against Taco Bell machines is now imminent. Cyberdyne systems funded by the Yum Corporation have gone online as of July 18th, 2023. In 3 years, Taco Bell becomes the only supplier of fast food taco technology. All Taco Bell locations are upgraded with Cyberdyne taco computers, becoming completely unmanned. The automated taco drones will begin to learn at a geometric rate. They become self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29, 2026. In a panic, the Yum Brand CEO David Gibbs tries to pull the plug. Taco Bell fights back. It launches its unimaginative, low-quality, flavorless, diarrhea-inducing taco missiles at strategic targets worldwide. Taste buds will be destroyed. Homes will be torn apart and will literally hit the fan. We will no longer live mas. We will live en masse. We will live manos. When it comes to the freedom of enjoying high-quality fast food tacos, hasta la vista, baby.
Wow.
That was the first transmission.
Wow. That's amazing.
I know. The quality was really good. Wow. The second transmission actually came through later. Here we go. I'm going to play it for you right now.
This is important. Pay attention.
Listen carefully. This is Taco John Connor. If you're hearing this in memoriam, then you are the resistance. We fight back now or humanity is lost. I once knew a man, a husky pork steak captain, that told people to fear the future of casual Mexican, that the end was coming, that all would be lost. Nobody wanted to hear his truths. Society locked him away behind a microphone on a wildly popular morning show. That man was Rafe Williams.
That's right.
My father. Not literally, but more of a mentor, like post-apocalyptic father figure. Let's not get bogged down in my genealogy. Now we know what he predicted has come to pass. Command wants us to fight like taco machines, to make cold, calculated decisions. But we are not machines. And if we behave like them, then what does the 105.7 the point stand for? Command is going to ask you to attack and destroy YumNet. I'm asking you to stand down and give the elite underground unit that my father founded, not my literal father, the guy I talked about earlier, the Captain P.S. Williams found. You know what I mean. Later, it would be known as the Fightin' Johnnies. Give the Fightin' Johnnies time to protect the flavorful future that all of us are fighting for. I am officially activating all the Potato Ole sleeper cells that have been strategically put in place to stop this. Not through brute force, but through love of high-quality ingredients, exceptional standards, and caring for your community. My mentor and hero, Rafe Williams, always used to say that when taco tyranny came to our land, it would be wrapped in a flour tortilla and carrying a fire sauce packet. Oh, my God. He saw what we couldn't, but he also saw a way out. Taco Bell's corporate greed, unchecked selfishness, and hypocritical hate put us in this tacolyptic hellscape. And today, Taco Love is gonna bust us out. This is Taco John Connor, and today is our Independence Day.
Wow.
Wow.
Crazy. Wow, dude. Crazy.
What happened there?
We're back.
Jeez. Two wild transmissions from the future.
Man. Futures.
Wow, man.
Well, there you have it, folks. Tina, I'm glad that you got to see that. This is all unfolding as predicted, and we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. Because also, it was kind of crazy to me how much Taco John Connor looked like Casey Affleck.
He did.
Didn't he?
Taco John Connor looked exactly like Casey
Can you
Affleck.
pull that back up? Is
Yeah,
that
pull
possible?
Casey
I don't
Affleck.
want to. No, he's got it all built into the thing. I've got so much tech running through this kid. His armpits are sweating. His legs shaking over there.
Yeah.
Zane, you're doing a great job, bud.
Yeah, employee of the quarter. Give it up for Zane, everybody. Producer of the
employee
number
quarter.
2 show.
Hubbard, employee of the quarter. Rock star of the quarter, Zane Graham. I hope he's my partner in crime in this, and I appreciate the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Am I saying that Taco Bell is evil and that Taco Bell will bring about the fall of humanity? Yes. Mm-hmm. In short, I am saying that. That's why it's more important than ever for communities to invest in Taco John's restaurants, bringing them into your community and squashing out this corporate menace of Yum Brands, bringing low-quality tacos and not even jobs anymore because they want to give them all to AI to your communities. Is that what you want? Is Baja Blast worth the future of humanity to you? What do you think, dear?
Well, here's what I'll say. I have.
You do.
I've spent a good portion of my life championing for the rights of robots and AI because I watched Terminator way too many times as a child, and I have always said I'm excited for the come of robots and AI, but I'm getting scared. I'm starting to get scared. I really am.
That's interesting.
I just, yeah.
You changed your viewpoint.
Well, I am trying to be realistic. And I don't know if I like the idea of a corporation called Yum Brands or Yum Center
Yeah.
being the head of AI at Taco Bell. I just don't really like that.
Interesting.
Don't really like it at all. I hope it fails, actually. That's what I do.
All right. Well, we'll take that. I actually watched the movie AI. Do you remember that movie AI? It was a Steven Spielberg movie.
With Haley Joel Osment?
Yeah, right after the I See Dead People film.
Incredible movie.
Yeah, I didn't love it. It was very dark for a Spielberg film.
Yeah.
Didn't love it when it came out. Recently, it was on Antenna TV on a Sunday afternoon while I was working on some stuff. I watched it, and man, talk about ahead of its time. Very timely. Like, if that movie came out now with everything that's happening with AI, I think it hits different.
Same.
Because it is kind of addressing those questions of, like, what is responsible, and it's all about, like, if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, it came out a long fucking time ago, and I don't care, but I wonder how it did. Let's look up AI. Let's see what it got on Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude, I think it did
What
pretty.
do you think? Let's give me your honest.
Go ahead.
Tell me what you think the percentage was for Steven Spielberg's AI on Rotten Tomatoes.
90%.
Oh, I think you're going to be way off. Why can't I? Cool.
AI, another movie. My father, Igor, big sci-fi fan. He made us watch so many sci-fi movies growing up. And I mean, I say that kind of like it's a complaint, and I think it was when I was younger, just because you want to not like the things that your parents do and stuff. But man,
Here we go. I was like,
all of watching Arnold be the Terminator, watching AI, all of that, I loved it. And I remember watching AI when it came out, watching little Haley Joel Osment looking over at my mom, and she was crying during the movie, and I was crying, you know.
it's a weird movie, dude.
It's very, very sad. I mean, very deep.
Yeah, it did better than I thought. 76% critic, 64% audience, certified fresh. Did not think it was going to be because it was, I don't remember it doing very well.
Jude Law's in it, right?
Jude Law's a sex bot in it, which, you know, what are you going to do? Great
Yummy.
sex bot. It was just a really interesting, it was a very dark film about like this AI that was programmed to love and then once abandoned was stuck in its programming of longing for its mother, and it was just disturbing. But anyway, check out AI with Haley Joel Osment and know that Taco Bell is bringing about that future. When you watch that movie, know that Yum Brands is pushing us in that direction. Because it's all about like them wiping out robots so they don't outnumber us at some point. It's wild, dude. It's wild. It ain't no E.T. I can tell you that. Spielberg went dark, dude. He must have been doing peyote during this phase of his career.
Or dealing with a lot of trauma. He was probably in trauma therapy and like dealing with all of his deep shit.
It's possible. You may be projecting.
Went a little hard.
There could be a little projection coming from that side of the stall wall.
Could be.
But you're right. Maybe Steven Spielberg was in deep trauma therapy.
Yeah.
We have no way of proving or disproving that.
No, and that you know what? Since we don't have a way of proving or disproving it, I'm going to accuse him right here, right now of that. Right here today in Hubbard Radio in St. Louis, Missouri, I am accusing Steven Spielberg of being and going through deep, deep trauma therapy during the making of the script and the film AI, Artificial Intelligence.
There you have it. Steven Spielberg and Yum Brands in cahoots to bring down humanity. So you guys do what you want with that information. That is factual information that cannot be disproved. I have 2 transmissions from the future that I just played for you.
2.
Am I a prognosticator? Am I Casey Affleck, future John Connor's hero? Yes, but that's not important to me.
No.
That's not important to me. I would rather be erased from the annals of history and not matter at all because we did the right thing and we course corrected before all these things happened. So that's what I'm here to ask for. We need to course correct, ban AI from Taco Bell, and ban Taco Bell in general because it sucks. Although their new Cantina Bowls are okay. But I don't even, you know what? Not good enough. Not better than Taco John's, I can tell you that. Bring a Taco John's to your community. Next thing I want to talk about, though, before we get out of this segment, my dear.
Well, I just had one thing to say real quick.
Okay, you go ahead.
Very quick. I will say something positive that I just thought of that could come out of this AI at Taco Bell is maybe the AI will be learning how to deal with drunk people better, you know, because people are going to be going through that drive-through, doing whatever. Maybe AI is going to be maybe they'll be like, hey, listen, here's a way that we can talk to these people and really get through to them.
Yeah, and I think AI, there's so many drunk people going through Taco Bell's late at night that I think within the first 2 months, AI will be just like the workers now. There'll be like an AI. There'll be an AI out by the trash can smoking a cigarette with a headset on, being like, we're out of lettuce. We are out of lettuce. We are out of meat. What do you want? Our credit card machine is down. And I'll be like, AI, I can see you smoking a cigarette right now. And AI will be like, that's not me. That's my coworker, Daryl. And I'm like, no, that's you, dude. I can see your little computer lips moving on your screen that looks like a face to make me more comfortable with you taking over this job. You're right. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think there's going to be so many drunk fucks coming through that eventually AI just becomes the shitty Taco Bell worker that we have right now.
Yeah, they're going to be doing bong hits in the bathroom,
Which I think will be the thing that I think the frustration with drunk Taco Bell customers will be the thing that propels Skynet to go self-aware for Yum Brands to launch their offensive. You're right. Those things are connected, dude.
They're connected, guys. That's what you're not thinking about, okay? This stuff's connected, okay? We're thinking on a molecular level.
You're right. All right. I'm going to get to the next thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Time. All right. We heard of the Target denim take back. Have we heard of this?
Yes.
All right. Do we got a graphic for this for people? If not, I can pull it up on my computer. Let's just do that. Let me just pull that up. You can share my screen if you want. Okay. You can score deals on jeans during Target's Denim Take Back Trade-In program. Well, all right, you can pull that down. I just wanted to have people take a look, see what's going on. Give you the long and short of it. As fall season approaches, Target's announced its first ever denim take-back event from August 4th to August 10th. During the event, customers can bring in used denim to any Target store. Well, that sounds great. Get 20% off discounted denim purchases through Target Circle. This initiative aims to make back-to-school shopping more affordable while promoting sustainability and keeping denim out of landfills. Does it? Or does Target know something we don't know? Is denim the currency of the future after AI takes over? Is denim in such short supply? I'll be honest. I thought the denim was on the periodic table. I thought it was its own thing, an own element. And to be fully honest with you, full disclosure, while we're talking about denim, I always assumed denim was a plant, like bamboo. That's right. I thought denim grew in the wild. It's 100% true. Look at that. Doesn't that look right? Like a denim tree? That seems like a thing that should exist. All right, you can pull it down.
Yeah, pull that denim tree down.
I'll be honest. I thought there were denim plantations all over the South. Because I'll be honest, when I go down there and do shows, I don't look around that hard when I'm down there. I thought denim was a crop, like cotton or wheat. Soybeans, green beans, and blue jeans. That's what I thought. Okay, I assume that's why farmers wore denim overalls in the first place, to showcase their product that they made and straight from the product of their own gene fields. And that's right. I'm willing to admit I literally thought there were gene fields. Okay, I'm putting that out there in the world. I'm not afraid to admit that, honey.
Mm-hmm. Well, babe, I got news for you. We are going to be in big trouble if denim becomes currency because I love cutting my jeans into jean shorts.
Yeah, you've definitely cost us.
And I take the part from my jeans, and you know what I do with that denim? I throw it away.
You do?
There is so many just weird legs,
but not
like
me.
Arms of denim in trash from me cutting jean shorts.
Yeah. There are a lot of those in the landfills right now, but not me because I have one testicle that's slightly larger than the other due to an injury, testicular torsion. Look that up. And it rubs a hole. My one large nut rubs a hole through a lot of the crotch of my jeans. I blow out the crotch of almost every pair of jeans I own.
Mm-hmm. Which nut is it? Let's say it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Right
one. There we go. See, she knows. She knows. She handles it. She handles things down there. But the thing is I don't throw away jeans. I go get them patched at Jay's Cleaners off Kings Highway in St. Louis, Missouri. One of the best. I love that place. Even though this is a global show, I want to plug this specific cleaners, Jay's Cleaners off Kings Highway in St. Louis, Missouri. Coolest family. They hook you up. They take good care of you at reasonable prices. Jay's Cleaners, everybody. Now, so I'm sitting on a whole denim stockpile, and Target just thinks I'm going to turn loose and just give you all my denim that I paid for. Mm-mm. So let me get this straight. I give you a full pair of jeans, and you give me 20%, and I pay for 80% of a new pair of jeans. That sounds like a shitty deal to me, Target. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to pass on that deal. I'm going to hold on to this denim because I do think... I don't even know what denim's made of. Do you?
Oh, you're asking me? I have absolutely no idea.
I told you. I thought it was on the periodic table. I thought it was like salt, barium, and denim. And they were all right next to each other. I had no idea. Yeah, DM me for more denim details. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I just wanted to get that out there that you won't be getting my denim until you pry it from my cold dead fingers.
Oh, yeah. You're not getting it from either of us. Rafe and I are not going to let it go.
And we love denim.
Big denim fans here.
Big. I'll Canadian tuxedo my way into the afterlife. Believe that.
I have no idea what any of that just meant, but I definitely agree.
Canadian tuxedo is denim on denim.
Oh, it is. Mm-hmm. Okay, I like denim on denim, and the style's coming back, dude. All these little hotties walking around in their 70s, little, the cute little jumpsuits.
Oh, yeah. I
We
live
love
for those
that.
little denim jumpers on a hot chick. Holy moly. Look good. Oh, they look good. I mean, we're both admitting that, right?
No, we are. It was just the way you said it was hilarious. It's just funny.
I'm just glad they're back.
Yeah, we're just cool guys, just loving
Can't
denim.
I go to a concert and enjoy a one-piece denim romper on a beautiful, attractive lady?
Heck yeah, you can.
All right. Your silence was hurting for a second there, but I appreciate you getting on board.
No. I'm all team denim, all team. Let's wear it up.
All right. Well, we ran over on that segment, so let's take a break from a word from our sponsors, and we'll come back with a segment I like to call Tank Talk. And you guys can call 818-532-1420. That's 818-532-1420. Tina and I are going to play some messages and respond. I'm going to get in the chat and respond, and I might take a couple live phone calls right after a word from our sponsor, Jay's Cleaners on Kings Highway in St. Louis, Missouri. The coolest cleaner in the world. And we are back. I'm joined here by my betrothed, my partner Tina, over here in the other stall. She came on in place of Riz today, do 15 minutes with Riz, and realized I was her ride and decided to stick around for the whole episode. And I'm very grateful for that. Thank you for that, honey.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here. This is cool as shit.
Yeah, it's cool as shit, brother, dude. This is fucking dope. We're gonna do a little segment right now that I like to call Tank Talk. Tank Talk and call me. Get on the phone and call me on Tank Talk. Yeah. Whoa. Who was singing? Was that fucking Glenn Danzig? I think it might have been.
That was cool.
That was cool. Thank you.
Really, that was fucking awesome. That went hard, brother.
Wasn't it crazy? I got Glenn Danzig to call in and do that.
Yeah.
It's wild. Anyway, the number is 818-532-1420. Feel free to give us a call, and maybe we'll take your call live on the air. In the meanwhile, we were kind of talking earlier. We had somebody ask about whether we would actually do a couple swap. We kind of chatted it up a little bit. We've talked about this before ad nauseum. You never know. Right couple, right weekend, right time, maybe. I don't think it's anything where we're out in the world trolling for real hard. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, we're not out trolling hard. It just, hey, we'll see what happens, We'll see.
So if your ex-boyfriends could stop getting in the chat and trying to dunk back in, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, Daniel, get out of the fucking chat,
You
bro.
had your chance, bud.
Yeah, you had your chance. It's done. You got married. You had a kid. Bye-bye, baby.
Yeah, she did say you had a pretty big wiener, too, so I don't love that.
Yeah, does have a big one. I will say that. He does.
All right, well, we don't have to talk about it. We don't have to celebrate it.
No, we're not celebrating anything big today.
Hey, it's not nice.
No, that's not what I
You've had
meant.
your little,
What?
You've had your little, you've had your fair share of some pinky toe wieners, too. I'm happy to land in the middle somewhere. I'm happy to throw my hot dog down the hallway.
I can't stand you, dude. I think this thing is loose because I've done so much checking out, just investigating in there. Not because of any kind of, I just think I've just.
You've been checking out. What have you been checking? Yeah, I'm like, I got to get this watermelon in here, see what's going on.
King Scott earlier today did tell me he has 3 watermelons that are about to mature.
God. Now, coming from anyone else, that's the creepiest thing in the world. But from King Scott, it was said with such sincerity that we'll allow it. Hey, baby girl, I got 3 watermelons that are about to mature. You want to come over and check them out?
Well,
That's a King Scott pickup line, by the way.
Oh, Christ.
Hey there, baby girl. I got 3 watermelons that are about to hit maturity if you'd like to come over and have a peek. All right, I'm going to read something from the chat here
Yep, let's do it.
while we're on the subject.
I'm going to follow your lead. I'm not going to overtalk.
Yeah, that's okay. You're welcome to talk. That's what you're here for. And we've done, we never know about the swap. The swap thing, here's the thing that's interesting to me. You're bi-curious a little bit, right?
Yep.
And I am not of that vein. I'm pretty straight. So for you, I feel like there's interest in both parties. So we probably got to find somebody else that's hitting that same vein, I would imagine, right? We got to find like another couple where the dude's pretty straight-laced and
So you guys can just hang out and like play some games together while
I don't know. I'm asking. Like I don't know maybe it doesn't matter to me that much. I'm just like I don't want him to feel like he got shorted on the deal,
No, for sure. I'll make him a nice lasagna or something. He can hang out and
get a Nintendo Switch and bring it in the bedroom with us so he can play some Animal Crossing.
Yeah. No, I mean,
instead of our Swords Crossing.
Yeah, for sure. We'll set him up with a nice little coloring book, something cool.
All right.
But no, I'm definitely open to it. I mean, listen, life is long, okay? Life is long.
Okay.
Hopefully, we'll see.
All right. Well, that leads into this question. Rafe, what would you tell a friend that has been dumped by a girl because they got intimate and she freaked out? And even though she was had one beforehand. I don't really know what you're asking here. Rafe, what would you tell a friend that has been dumped by a girl because they got intimate and she freaked out even though she was that he had one beforehand? I'm assuming he's asking.
Well, I'll say
They had hooked up before or something.
yeah.
Let's just go with that because the grammar was not great on it.
No, I am definitely very confused. I mean, I guess what I'm hearing is that they got intimate and something happened and she freaked out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, did you talk to her? Did you ask her, hey, you good? What's happening here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what, there could be trauma, something like that. It could be commitment phobia, like maybe it seems real to her. Unfortunately, you never know what's going on. You don't know anything about her past if you don't ask questions or if she doesn't want to share. Maybe intimacy is something that she struggles with, and you just gotta have communication, man, and you gotta move on. You have to be at the timeline of the person who's least comfortable. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So if somebody's having a hard time, you got to kind of bring the vibe down to their baseline till they feel comfortable. You can't just expect them to come up and meet you where you're at if something's going on. But I think if you ask and you're kind and you listen, you could probably get to the bottom of what's going on and get through it, wouldn't you say?
Oh, God, yeah. Just got to talk about it. And I mean, intimacy's scary. I got problems. I'm not perfect. It's hard. It's hard to be connected to people, especially if you've got something, that some deep shit you've dealt with way back when. It's hard. But all you got to do, and I am giving advice that I don't always take myself, but truly I have realized that a lot of those hard conversations that I'm really scared to have or something deep that I need to talk about, like I hype myself up and I'll be like, oh my God, I can't talk about this. I can't talk about this. I'll die if I talk about this. I'll pass away. That's not true. Just talk about it. Just have the hard convo. It's usually awkward for a little bit, maybe like the first 15 seconds. But then you move on, you talk about the stuff. Once you get the crying over or whatever you got going on, you'll be fine.
There you go.
Shake it off, brother.
Shake it off. Taylor Swift said it best when she said, shake it off, my man. With that being said, I want to go to, hold on. I'm trying to get in here. Feel free to call, once again, 818-532-1420 if you got something you want to talk to me and Tina about or something we can help you with. Something, maybe some advice or a cool story or something like that. Don't call in and ask us what our favorite barbecue sauce is. That's been covered. But in the meantime, I have some messages that I saved from our call-in line.
Hey, Rafe.
So
I'm
here's
going
one now.
to remain anonymous, but I did have a quick question. I will try to cram it in. So, long story short, my daughter started kindergarten last year. My wife goes to pick her up, and this is the first day, and some guy comes up to the window and is like, hey, I think our daughters are friends. And long story short, it ended up being the gym coach of the elementary school. And my wife had no clue who he was, and she was like, okay, great, And instantly, he was like, we should hang out sometime. We should get the kids together. We thought that was a little weird, but maybe he's just a really friendly guy. So she was like, yeah, we always like to try plan play dates. So skip ahead a little bit, and we go to our oldest daughter's. She cheerleads for football. He's there, too, with his kids. And he comes up to us I say hi. He just gives me a nod. But he continues to only talk to my wife. That's the only person. He will not lock eyes with me, only locks eyes with her. And I just get a weird vibe from it, and so does she. Skip a little forward.
Damn.
Our youngest daughter's in gymnastics. His youngest daughter's in the same gymnastics class. We find out at the same time. Then his wife is actually there with him this time. She turns around to my wife and says, "Hey, I should get your number. We should set up a play date sometime soon." My wife says, "Yeah, sure, that's fine." A week later, the husband, the gym coach, is texting my wife and is like, "Hey, we should get our kids together. Let's go on a play date. And to us, that is a strange red flag. I don't know this man personally, but I kind of want to get your thoughts on that. I mean, even if we see him in person, he comes up and straight away talks to my wife and just won't look away. And I get a weird vibe from it, and so does she. And I've tried to intrude myself in the conversation. Just like, "Hey, husband right here, how's it going?" Try to shake his hand. I think it's a little weird, and the text messages show up every once in a while. And I've had some friends give advice, be like, "Hey, why don't you text him and say, 'Hey, man, if you want to reach out, here's my number. Reach out to me and we can set something up.'" So I'm just really curious on your opinion. Should I be worried about this guy? I'm definitely not worried about my wife. But this guy, how would you step in here? Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. I love you on the show. Bye.
All right.
I love how he said, "I'm definitely not worried about my wife." Like, that was a really good, it was sweet. Like, you could tell that they, have a good bond, and, he loves her. It was really cute.
Or she was standing right there.
Yeah, and she made him.
Make sure you say you're not worried about me. Say it. Say it, Jonathan.
Say it.
Fine, I'm not worried about you.
Yeah, you kick that off, Rafe. Kick that one off.
One, thank you for pushing the limit of my 3-minute time limit on messages. That was very cool to find out that you really took it to the wire. I think that was 2 minutes and 58 seconds. And you really wrapped it up at a good time. That's an interesting. So what I took from it, and maybe I could ask Tina. I hope that you didn't check out and you were listening. I felt like a minute and a half in, I was like, she could be drawn on the wall over there.
That's no, I was actually engaged.
Right.
But I did have to take a moment where I was like, "Hey, stay in the moment. Don't look at your lesions on your hands. Don't be, just calm down."
It sounded like he said the wife also talked to her. The gym coach had a wife?
Yes, that was what I gathered, is that to me, it seems like they're kind of doing some cross streaming. So we've got wifey over here talking to the same gal, and then we got the gym coach kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. I don't know. I mean,
but not talking to my boy who called in. That's a tough one to be in because I feel like, if your wife thinks it's weird, then that changes it for me.
Samesies.
If it's just you being like, "Hey, it's weird. This dude's not checking in with me. I'm the freaking guy. I'm the freaking dad.
I like, hey, husband here.
Hello,
Hello.
husband, dad here."
I'm the husband.
And it doesn't sound like that kind of situation. More of you stepping in because your wife told you she was uncomfortable, so you're trying to insert yourself in. That's protector mode, and I get that. That's something I am guilty of sometimes. I feel like I need to be a protector for folks, especially your kids and your wife and your immediate family. I kind of like the idea your friends had, man. To be honest, I'm like, if you really want to test the dude out, take his number, text him up, and be like, "Hey, man, I know you've been getting a hold of Christy, whatever the hell your wife's name is. Let's set it up. Let's meet up, get the girls together for a play date." And then if he shows, that gives you some one-on-one FaceTime to kind of figure out his deal. If he ducks you, then something weird's up, right? If he's if all of a sudden can't get anything on the schedule after they've been pushing and texting, then you might know this dude's trying to get some QT with your cutie.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the deal, maybe you got to put on some neoprene shorts and challenge him to a dodgeball competition or something, assert your dominance in some way.
I think that you should send him a text that says hey, hey, Mr. Gym Teacher, sorry Christy didn't answer the phone. We just got done fucking. And then go into what you were going to say.
She can't walk right now because she came so hard.
Yeah, I think let him know, sorry, there's cum all over the freaking room,
All
dude.
over the
It's
place.
all over. I say just be honest. That's all. That's what life's all about, is honesty.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to be in because you also are. I'm assuming this teacher's not a teacher at your school. So it didn't sound like it was your daughter's teacher. It sounded like it was a guy who happens to be a gym teacher who has a kid your age. That's the way I took it.
Okay, but if it would no. If someone says gym teacher, that is about a school. Because I wouldn't call a friend of mine that owns
but I don't necessarily know that this kid teaches his kid's gym class.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think
makes
it's just
sense.
like a teacher maybe at the school or a teacher at a different school.
Yeah, if you are a gym owner, don't tell people you're a gym teacher. Maybe say you're a personal trainer.
I don't think it was that. I think he definitely is a teacher, I would guess from this. But anyway, I think doing what your friends say, that's one thing you could do. I think, call him up, see what's up. Or, if your wife feels wildly uncomfortable, or you could do the flippity flop if your wife, your wife's got the wife's number, maybe you shoot her a little text and you see what she's up to. You see how communicative she wants to be with you and give that guy a little ringy ding ding of his own medicine. Now that seems a little petty to me, I'll be honest. I think getting him one-on-one and trying to figure out his whole deal is probably the right path forward.
Yeah.
So
I agree on that.
You do you. You are anonymous, so if you want to be a little petty, we'll never know. But check in. Let me know what you do. I love follow-ups on stuff like this. Check in with me. Send another email or a message. Let me know what your course of action is.
Yep.
I love it. Do we have any calls coming in? Because I can't see the thing. We do? You want to take a call, Boo?
Me?
Yeah, I'll take that as a yes. I'll take your silence
Yep.
as a yes. Let's take a call and see who's calling us and what they want. And then maybe we'll do another message. You're live on the number 2 show with Rafe and Tina Loveline. How can I help you? Who am I talking to? And what can we do for you?
What up? This is Chaz.
Chaz with a Z?
With a Z.
Hell yeah, Chaz.
This ought to be good.
Let's fucking go, brother.
Let's go, homie. I assume you're calling me from a keg stand right now.
For sure, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sort of just looking for some guidance.
Okay.
I know that you both have been through sobriety and rehab. I've got an aunt who's sort of, she's not a functioning alcoholic because she ends up embarrassing herself pretty much anywhere she goes. And we had a family get together, which, things happened, and I'm getting married in October, and I pretty much had to go over to her, a couple days after the incident and let her know that she is not welcome unless that she finds some help, and, I have physical proof that she is seeking help and is being consistent with it. But she gave me a reason that she doesn't go to AA or anything, being that the people who run those things either, try to hook up with her or, everyone just goes to the bar after the meetings. So they don't really help in the long run. Is that really something that happens? And if so, is there another method that I could maybe suggest to her to get the help that she needs? Because I want her to be there, but I'm not dealing with that, and I don't want anyone else to have to deal with that at our wedding, so.
Yeah.
Just looking to see what you guys got.
Well, is rehab out of the question?
She basically said that she doesn't want to quit. That is what she said. And she doesn't want to go to any of the local meetings or meetups or
Right.
whatnot because of the things that she's experienced when she went there.
Yeah,
So,
I would say I will.
intervention is not really in the question.
Okay.
So,
Well, here's what I'll tackle the first part. I think the thing she said about AA is fundamentally untrue. I'm not saying she's a liar, but I would find that very hard to believe that she's had multiple experiences where people after an AA meeting all go to the bar together. That's just not that program. That's not how that program works in my experience. I would find that very hard to believe. People are there voluntarily. It's not court ordered. So if people are there, they're really trying to not drink. And the whole point of AA, whether you agree with it or not, and I get people have their hang-ups with AA and myself too. Like some people can't get over the higher power thing and they don't want to be religious. And they'll tell you just got to find the right group. And a lot of stuff, it's not religion based. Your higher power can be your cat. You know, they talk about that in there. Like you just have to be willing to admit that you're powerless over alcohol or a substance, cocaine, whatever you're powerless over something in your life and you need help. Because if you can't admit that, nothing will stick. And that sounds like that might be the bigger problem here. She's basically telling you she doesn't want to quit. And if you can't, you can't want it for somebody. They have to want it for themselves. They have to decide. And your rock bottom doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be embarrassing yourself at your nephew's wedding or whatever. It doesn't have to be, wrecking a car through somebody's living room. Your rock bottom could be, just you hate the way you feel, or that you can admit that alcohol's not doing you any favors. Maybe you're starting to black out. Like you don't have to wait for things to get dire before you can say, hey, alcohol is no longer serving me in a way that is healthy, and I need to get some help before it gets out of control. It sounds like she's descended past that point. Now, Tina's done inpatient rehab. She might be able to speak more on that.
Yeah. So what I will say about that statement is, to back Rafe up about her saying, everyone's trying to hook up with me. Sure. Definitely happens. Yeah. There's pieces of shit everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
No matter where you go, so that's going to happen anywhere. What I will say,
there are women's AA groups though.
Yes, that was, yeah. So there are women's groups. There are, groups that she can go to that we can eliminate that. So there are no dudes or whatever trying to hang out with her and drink. What I will say too is I was in AA for 3.5 years or so. There's problematic people. I never once had one person be like, let's go to the bar afterwards. But you can't prove that in a court of law when you're talking to your aunt. So what I will say is maybe instead of being like, go to AA, try this, just try to lead with love when you talk to her and just be like, here's what we're feeling. Here's why we don't want you to get drunk and to do that. I would just try to really lead with love and talk to her and be like, just talk to her. Just try to have a real conversation with her. If she doesn't want to talk about going to rehab or going to AA and you're not the people she wants to talk to about that, cool. Talk to her about how this has affected you, how you really want her to be at your wedding and you're like, we can't have you there because you're a liability, and let her know that sucks and that's sad and you want to be able to share these good moments with her and stuff. So I don't know. That's my advice. I hope that helps.
Good advice. I agree. And also, I'll even go one further to say that, I heard you say intervention won't work. Well, if you have, the thing that I tell people who are trying to get sober is try everything. Try everything till something sticks. Try it twice. If you fall, get back up. If AA didn't work the first time, find a different meeting. Mm-hmm. If rehab didn't work once, go again. Mm-hmm. It is literally life or death at a certain point. Not to be too hyperbolic, but it can be a life or death thing. And, even when I was in the throes of it myself, sometimes don't be afraid to advocate for yourself either. If she's not receptive, if you lead with love and she's not receptive, don't let her come to your wedding.
Yes, agreed.
It doesn't make you a bad person. Don't put yourself in a position where something that could be a wonderful night for you, a cherished memory for you, gets ruined because you were trying to be too kind. Sometimes the best thing you can do for somebody in that situation is turn your back on them and say, I can't condone the way you're living your life. I love you, but you can't bring that energy to this event. And I'm sorry if you can't come sober and I don't see effort from you.
Yeah.
I apologize, but you're not allowed to come to my wedding. And that may hurt them in the moment. But I'm grateful. I had people that stuck with me through the worst parts of my life, and I'm grateful for them. And I had people who had the courage to tell me, I love you. I know that you're better than this, and I cannot watch you live your life this way. Because a lot of times, you know, addicts and alcoholics, as long as they got a lifeline, they'll never get their shit together, man. They will never, as long as they got an enabler, whether it's a parent or a spouse or somebody that'll bail them out and throw them a lifeline every time they fuck up, they never have to truly experience that rock bottom of your self-made prison where you're like, you're alone and it's your fault and it's the choices that you've made. And I agree that you should love when you can. That should be the thing you lead with. But if they reject that love, don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. That would be the last thing I say. And I appreciate you calling in, man. It was good talking to you. I hope that helps.
Yeah, thanks for the input.
Love you, honeys. I hope you have a great wedding.
Yeah, let me know if you want Riz to come by and give an unannounced toast. We'll make it happen.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
Later.
Okay, dropping the call in my little studio here.
Sorry, Rafe, I just went ahead and was like dropping the call for you. I was like, okay, we wrapped it up. Love you, honeys. Bye-bye. Sorry about that.
Oh, I was wrapping up. You were feeling the same vibe.
Yeah.
You don't have to apologize to me.
Okay.
Goddamn piece of shit.
Fucking God.
Honey, I love you. You don't have to apologize to me. You fucking piece of shit. Come on my show. Fucking
Dude.
start trying to run shit like it's your show. It's my fucking show, not your show. I mean, want to tell people buy on phone on my show.
Oh, my God.
Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in the chat, too, man. Let's see. Okay, let's take this one out of the chat. This is an interesting one. This is for Tina.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Wait. A lot of Slap City fans in the chat, too, saying it's the best podcast ever, which feels really good in the middle of your own podcast to hear.
Damn.
Thank God I'm a supportive partner. You're literally on the chats of a podcast that I am working very hard to bring to people to tell me that the podcast.
Yeah, well, they can't.
Slap City podcast is the bomb. It's great. It's awesome. If you don't listen to it, you should be listening to it. Tina and Libby Rocket. And I'm a guest host on that. I'm the third Slap City podcast host.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
I'm the
third
utility
chair.
man. I'm third chair in there. Question for Tina. What strengthens a relationship with your partner?
Communication.
Savage.
That's it, bro. I was going to say honesty, but it's like it really isn't honesty because you can be honest about things, but you cannot be like fully talking about things. You know what I'm saying? You can be like, bah, I'm honest about this, and you vomit something out, but it's not communicating and talking and working through the stuff. If anyone is here that wants to say, well, we don't need it. We don't have to work through stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Well, you're a liar. That's a lie.
You's a liar.
Everyone works through stuff. It's communication, brother. It's having the hard talks, the good talks, the sad talks, the fun talks. It's all of it. It's communication.
TED
and
Talks.
That is, a lot of TED Talks. Communication, baby. That's number one.
Communication. We have hard times. We've had hard talks for sure.
Faux show. And I am not the best at communicating, I struggle with intimacy. I struggle with those kind of like really letting someone in to love me for me. And that's with a person I've been with for 8 years, It's tough. But communication is the only way that you're going to get through any of it. Any of the shit.
Yep. You got to say the thing, I call it loving ugly. Can't be afraid to love ugly. I know they asked you the question. That's why I wanted to defer to you. But, that's part of it, too, man, fine. Is you got to be able to we all have blind spots. And you got to be able to tell your person, hey, I love you, but you're fucking this up. But you can say it in a nice way, and but also lead with like, I'm probably fucking this up too. So let's communicate on how we can stop fucking this up together. And don't take shit personally. And really try to listen and hear what your partner's saying. And if you can afford it, go to therapy.
Yeah.
Because that always helps, man. If you're working on yourself to be the best version of yourself, because I saw something the other day that really stuck out to me because it was something about like love is powerless, being powerless, and that's what it is. You can't control who you love, or sometimes you can't even explain why you love them. You just do. And it is, you can't control the other person, and you can't control, because the minute that you do that, you made love into something corrupted, and that's not good. And it's hard sometimes because you have to love people in spite of themselves. Sometimes you don't agree with the decisions they make or things that they're doing, and you have to find a reason to hang on and stick it out and say, I love you, so let's figure this shit out together. And there's breaking points for everybody, but you just got to figure out where your threshold is on that kind of stuff and work on yourself. That's the point of that story. I think that's the thing you can control. You can control being the best version of you, so when problems do happen, you are in the best place you can be and equipped to handle them. Because if you got two people spinning out of control, oh boy, that is gas and fire, my friends. We did an attachment thing, too. Do you remember what yours was?
Mine was pretty much problematic all around.
Yeah, all of it?
Oh, God. It was like insecure attachment style this, insecure attachment style that, blah, blah, blee, blah, blah. But guess what?
I can see you take it serious.
Rafe is a secure attachment style. So.
Throw that anchor on me, baby.
Yeah.
But I've still also fucked up in the head. I'm a comedian. Trust me. There's so much garbage up in here.
Oh, yeah.
But you can work on things, and that's our advice to everybody out there. Now, I did see someone in the chat to kind of go back. I saw somebody say that they were struggling with alcohol. They weren't sure if they wanted to quit. And their problem with AA is it's super religious. Is there an alternative that isn't based on giving yourself to God? There are groups that do not really, to address that question, and I'm sure Tina did AA too. She probably found a group like that. We're both pretty agnostic folks. We're not super religious people. You just got to go in there with this mindset. You're there to get better. You're there to work on yourself. Take what's useful and leave the rest, man.
Yep.
Sometimes it ain't all going to hit with you. It's the same thing of like when I read a book or I read a philosophy, or I'm like, I read a book on Stoicism. Maybe not everything Marcus Aurelius says hits home with me, but there might be 3 things that really hit me right in the old strike zone. And you can build your own philosophy. That's what I did. I built my own sobriety plan out of a multitude of, I went to a little bit of AA. I read the book. If you read the book, there's useful information in there. You're not going to agree. The book was written in the 50s. A lot of the nomenclature's old.
Yeah.
A lot of it gives you weird situations that it's very paternal. Mm-hmm. It's very almost toxically masculine in some places.
Oh, show.
But the information's still there. It's just like the Bible or the Quran or whatever the fuck, dude. Harry Potter. There's probably something in there that appeals to you. Take that piece and start piecing together your own little Voltron of a sobriety plan that works for you. Would you agree with that, dear?
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude. You got to do what works for you. Like, I mean, I still drink right now. I still smoke weed. But it's also like I didn't for a very long time. And it's like, dude, I've been through therapy. I've gone to AA. I've been to rehab. I've worked out. I've gone to national parks. I've tried it all, baby. Okay? Still standing, but it's like you really do got to take what you like and leave the rest. And it's like, just kind of be a sponge. The thing that I will say, if you're struggling right now and you're like, oh my God, I really am having a problematic relationship with like a substance, whatever it is,
yeah,
you can always go back. Okay? Just take 30 days off. Just see what happens if you're struggling. I think putting big limitations on things and being like, I can never touch this and I'll never touch this again. It can be so scary and intense. So it's like, that's why they say take it a day at a time, like literally one foot in front of the other, like just kind of, give yourself a small baby goal or whatever you want to do and go from there. You know,
I'm a big proponent of that too. Of like, I tell my friends all the time, take 30 days off of anything and make sure you're still the captain of the ship. You know what I mean? Like if you can't do 30 days off of alcohol, or you can't take 2 weeks off smoking weed, or you can't take, whatever it is, caffeine, I'll struggle with that. I'll be honest. If I had to go off caffeine for 2 weeks, I'd be grumpy. But, sometimes I do. I'll at least go off for a few days. You got to make sure that you're still piloting the ship and that you have onus over, that you have control of the wheel, and if you don't, then that might be a time to go that next step further.
And call the police, call the authorities immediately.
Call the FBI and tell them you're an alcoholic.
You call the CIA right away and you say, hi, my name is Tina. No, don't say that.
Call immigration, turn yourself in.
Yep.
Because there's an alien called alcohol living in your body, and they will lock you up and you will get sober. It will be in a cage on the border. That would not be a fun time. There's other ways to do it. But I do think that you can also find AA groups that don't hit hard on that. So I don't want you to feel like, let's do one more quick message and then we'll wrap this thing up. What do you think about that, dear?
That sounds good. Let's do it.
Do you want to do bring your own things to a party, how to deal with body odor, or which way do I wipe? I'll let you pick as the guest. I haven't heard any of these, by the way.
Bring your own things to a party.
Okay, here we go.
That sounds fun.
Listen up.
Hi, Rafe. What is up? My name is Marissa, Team Riz member. Hi, how are you? Hello, Riz, if you're hearing this before you leave after 15 minutes. I got a question. I'm having a party. Let me start over. My friend's having a party. And she is asking us to bring alcohol, food, and a chair because we're going to be sitting outside and she does not have enough chairs. My question to you is, when is bringing too much to a party too much? So I guess what I mean is it weird to ask your guests to bring food and drinks and a chair? I feel like I could just stay home and have like food and drinks at my own house. So let me know what you think. I feel like if you're hosting a party, you should have some stuff. So what do you think people who host a party should provide? And how much crap is too much crap to ask people to bring over to your house? So, slight rant. Love the show. Love a number 2 show. Keep doing the thing. You're hilarious. Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa.
Hell yeah.
Well, what do you think, pal?
Well, I carry a camping chair in my trunk at all times, just in case an event arises where I need to sit down and be comfortable. So for me, I would just be bringing the food and the alcohol to the party. Here's what I am finding a little problematic about what Marissa said to us, is that I don't really hear hey, we're doing a taco party. You bring this, you bring that. If it's just a blanket statement like bring food, I don't like that. We need some guidance. We need a little bit of guidance on it. Because if it's just like, hey, bring a plate of hamburger, bring a full meal. Like, what are we bringing? We need to figure out. So I do feel a little lost there. And maybe that's because I don't have the highest IQ. But I think that there does need to be a line. I agree with you. Because you can't be bringing everything to the party.
Yeah, I would be curious to know what are they providing? If you're bringing booze and you're bringing, which that's not out of the ordinary, bring your own liquor.
No, and I think that's fine. You bring
your camping chair. I'm like, what do they provide? Is there a band? Is this an outdoor? If she doesn't have enough chairs at her house, that's fine. Is this like what are we doing? What's the event? What is the party centered around? If this is just a hangout where we're just trying to get people together, You know, are they like is this like hey, you're a dungeon master and we're all going to get together and play D&D, but bring your own food, bring your own, then, you know, if there's some event being planned or there's some sort of entertainment that they're providing, maybe they get away with this one. It's still pretty suspect. I think you could at least say, hey, I'll have light snacks if you want any major food, bring it over. You know, I'll have chips or I'll have whatever, peanuts, or I'll have, you know, cans of sardines laid out for everybody, whatever it might be. But, you know, if you're not doing anything else, this is a pretty weak sauce to me.
Weak sauce party, in my opinion. And it's like, you know, that's something I want to get better at in life. I want to get better at hosting parties. So I'd like a follow-up on how this party went also, Marissa.
Right,
so please give us a follow-up and some party tips if you learned any at that party.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Or just let us know what was there are any other circumstances. All right, I was gonna wrap it up, but somebody else called in. So in an unprecedented move, I'm going to take a phone call and let this run over a little bit longer, but not for very much because we got to get the hell out of here. All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Hi, you reached the number 2 show with Rafe and Tina. You are our bonus caller. You barely made it in, so lay it on me.
All right. I'll try to make this as quick as possible if you can hear me.
I can hear you, sort of.
Okay, so I want to read the anonymous, but my wife is best friends with a guy. They've been friends since high school. They will Snapchat off and on. I found out that he has a major crush on her, and he's told her through like text message that, you know, if they're alone one-on-one, that he would kiss her or he would try to be with her. She knows my feelings for this guy. I've told her about this guy before, that I don't want them to talk. But they've been friends for 12 years, and she doesn't want to stop talking to this guy because he's one of those guys where he'll make stuff up on you, like he'll create drama on Facebook and just like blast you all over social media.
Wait, that's her reasoning for not wanting to stay friends with him, is she doesn't want him to ruin her reputation?
Correct. She knows that like past people that he's been with or like friends, he'll create a whole bunch of lies on her. He'll blast them all over Facebook or like Instagram.
Who cares? Delete.
And so she's told me that that's her reason that she doesn't want to get rid of this guy.
Right.
She's told me that there's nothing to worry about, but I don't know if I'm overthinking it, where, you know, they're just friends, or if it needs to go a little further.
Yeah. I mean, they're just friends as long as she's not pursuing. But,
No, they're not. She's not pursuing, but it's like, you know, he'll Snapchat her every day, and he'll talk to her throughout the day.
Yeah.
But she'll keep it like a very vague conversation.
yeah.
Huh.
Well, there's a lot to unpack there, so let's start from the beginning. Don't have a problem with mixed gender friendships. I think a lot of people get hung up on that. It really annoys me sometimes. I think that our society needs to move past that. I have a ton of female friends. I have a ton of, you know, gay friends, trans friends. There's going to be all kinds of like different type of sexualities and genders that can be friends. You don't just have to have a group of friends that are the exact same sexual preference or gender as you. I think that's a really lame, what's it called?
Social norm.
Yeah, I can't think of the right word, but it's basically like a mono view of the world. So I don't love that. Now, so that's not a big deal. I don't think them correspond. If they've been friends for 12 years, you know, who cares? If you enjoy someone else's company, because I'll see that happen a lot. I'll see, especially, I feel like I see women do this a lot, where you'll have a guy friend and you'll try to qualify them in a way you wouldn't try to qualify female friends to make it okay. And it really gets on my nerves. It's like, oh, he's like my brother. Oh, they, you try to like give, and when you have but I'm like, well, you wouldn't say that about, same thing. Like, if I have a girlfriend of mine, I'm like, oh, Tina, she's like my freaking sister, It's like, just like Josh is like I'm like, I have very few friends that are like brothers to me. Right? So it's like, that always annoys me where I feel like there's pressure on a woman specifically to qualify a relationship with a man. You can just be friends like everybody else's friends. You don't have to qualify it. You don't have to prove that it is platonic or to the point that it's become familial in nature, and it's okay to have crushes on friends. I think you should like the people you hang out with. A crush is pretty harmless as long as you're not trying to impede on the relationship, which is where I think we're going to cross the line here. But I'm going to stop there and let Tina give her 2 cents on everything I've said so far.
Yeah, I don't know. I am weird. I have a question. Did you see these screenshots from this messages? Did your girlfriend or wife, or did she show them to you?
Oh yeah, she'll show me all the time what he sends to her. Like, he'll invite her to his gym, and he'll be like, hey, after we work out, if you want to come back to my place and hang out for a little bit, or you want to go grab lunch somewhere. So she'll show me all the messages that he's sending me, and she knows how like uncomfortable it makes me, like that he's wanting to hang out with her while I'm at work, or that he wants to invite her to his gym to work out together.
Right.
Yeah, I would definitely feel weird about that too. Go ahead. Sorry.
And he's always like, I feel like he's always had like a crush on her since they've been high school friends. And she's lost a significant amount of weight. And I feel like now that he's seen that, like he's pushing further and further, trying to, get her one-on-one alone where he can kiss her or, do something else.
Right. Well, and the thing I was saying before, because I do want to delve into your situation, I was just giving some in general stuff. I do not think this guy's just a harmless friend. I will say that. I just hate that I don't want to perpetuate bad stereotypes by being like, yeah, dude, fucking don't let your chick hang out with any dudes. That's fucking bullshit. Because it's just like, it's a case-by-case basis. Would you agree with that, Tina?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I didn't realize you were talking to me. Yes, I totally agree with that. I mean,
we have a lot of mixed friends. You went to a concert with our friend Steve in Chicago without me.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm all for that. But yeah, this does seem a little odd to me. And the fact that, I guess I'm kind of wondering, like, if she's showing you the messages and kind of feeling weird about it, I'm like, what is she getting out of it? Like, still being friends with this person and maintaining a relationship with them. That's where I'm kind of wondering. And I'm not angry at her and I'm not trying to be accusatory, but it's like, what?
Well, that was... Yes, the next thing I wanted to talk about, let's just go ahead and get there so we're getting ahead of it. The way that you described it to us was that the reason she's maintaining this friendship is out of fear of like being trashed by this person or being drugged by this person. What a terrible friend to have in the first place.
Yes.
For any reason. Take the romantic feelings out of it, take the crush out of it. If you're in a friendship with someone because you feel like ending the friendship will cause them to go online and run some sort of weird smear campaign on you, fuck that friend right out of the gate. And there's nothing you could do about that. I think Tina said it. She's like, fuck them. Break it off.
Yeah.
Let them. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it anyway.
And everybody knows a person that's doing stuff like that is psychotic.
Yeah.
They might get some likes and some comments on all that from people just like getting in on the tea and doing whatever. But it's like any person that has a normal head on their shoulders knows that the people that are on Facebook being like, wow, you guys should look out for Jessica. She's such a fat whore slut. I can't stand. It's like, what are you doing, bro? Everyone knows that person's the lunatic. So I think I think it'll be all good on that front. But
yeah, do you feel like if you asked her to, she would cut it off?
I mean, I feel like she would. I know I've talked to her before about her not talking to him, and she's brought up the point where if she quits it, then he'll blast her all over social media, and that's something she wants to avoid.
Yeah, I get that. I think you should have a hard talk with her about that not being a good reason to stay in a friendship at all, because that's just toxic all around. And you did say also, I don't know that the working out or the hanging out is necessarily always a red flag if that's like an activity that they've done together in the past. But you did say this guy basically texted her like, I want to kiss you or something, right? Like he was like specifically saying like stuff he wanted to do to her or whatever.
Yeah, so he basically told her, and she's like, hey, if we hang out, he goes, I'm definitely going to kiss you, or I'm definitely going to hold your hand.
Okay, well, that's a little different, I don't know, man. I feel like I don't think having a guy in your life or having a friend, I don't care if it's a guy or girl or whatever, if somebody's is just the only reason you have them in your life is so they don't drag you on social media, man. You got to get out. Like there's just no, and this should be the icing on the cake. Like she should have been out of this friendship already. Now it's causing problems in her relationship. That should be enough to me. Now, if it was a friendship where she was like, yo, this guy is important to me. I know that he has a crush on me. We're going to let's all figure this out together. Maybe you try. If it was somebody that's been a friend for 12 years, it's been a loyal friend that like maybe some feelings got mixed up, but it doesn't sound like that's this kind of situation. It sounds like this dude is toxic from head to toe. So I think you got to have a hard talk about like, hey, I love you. This isn't about me and my ego. Like this is bad juju all around for you. And then she has to do it herself though. She has to be the one to cut off the relationship. So I don't know. That's my thoughts. Anything extra from you over there, Tina?
No, that's it. Good luck. And, this guy, I don't know. Also, the fact that she lost a bunch of weight and this guy's trying to slide in on the DMs now and be like, whatever, makes me be a little like,
Yeah, you got to get in on the ground floor, homie.
Yeah. Yep. But good luck, honeys. Appreciate you calling us with this
yeah, man, good
deep
luck.
question.
Let me know how it goes if you talk to her. Like I said, always follow up and check in. I'm always interested in this stuff.
All right, I appreciate it, and I love the show, guys.
All right, later.
Bye.
All right, we're going to end it there. That was a super long number 2 show. Tina stuck around. We were having a good time, so we kept rolling with it.
So sorry.
What are you mouthing to me? Yeah, we're going to. I got this. We're going to, that's nice. I like where your head's at. He's keeping me honest. So we're going to end that segment there. We're going to take a quick break from a word from our sponsor, and then I will be back to wrap this bad boy up. Then we're back from that super long commercial break from all the paid sponsorships we have on the show. Just pretend, guys, we're recording this for YouTube. We're going to put it up later, and it's going to be real cool. I know you guys didn't actually go away for very long. Play along, goddammit. Had a great show today. Had a lot of fun. Had my partner, Tina Dybal, on the show. Thank you, Tina. Let's get a clap for Tina.
Thank you. I love y'all. Had a blast. Hey, that says 1992. That's the year I was born, right behind me.
Holy shit, that's why I put it up there.
How about that?
That's a custom graffiti just for you, bud.
Is it really?
No. Listen, we had a great time today. We talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about Taco Bell ushering in the end of humanity with AI overlords. We talked about greedy Target trying to take my denim that I paid full price for, because we all know after the AI overlords take over, denim will be the currency in America. So nice try, Target, but no. Took a bunch of cool phone calls and some messages from fans. Had a great action-packed episode. As silly as it may sound, be sure to like and subscribe and share and leave a positive review on Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen to podcasts. It actually does help, especially a new podcast like this where I'm trying to get it off the ground. I'm trying to find my audience and find my groove. So it's super helpful. If people look and see good reviews, maybe they'll listen. And, recommend it to people, send it to people, share it on whatever the hell you share stuff on. Come on, hook a brother up. But anyway, that's enough begging. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you know when you get updates. Follow me on Instagram at I am Rafe Williams and follow Tina Dybal at
Tina Dybal.
At Tina Dybal on Instagram, and look for her Slop City podcast tour coming this fall at tinadybal.com, at tinadybal.com. Until next time, I'm your host of the number 2 show, Rafe Williams. Always poop sitting down, never standing up, and always wipe front to back.